and welcome to Follow the Money. I'm China Barachina. Let us explore the tools and insights you need to jumpstart your financial journey. Today on Follow the Money, we're diving into what the charts are really showing. Insights that our average investors might not see in the news cycle. Joining us to break it down is Hernan Segovia, stockbroker of Summit Securities Inc. Today, SpyFrat, as he is known, will walk us through the current movements in the PSEi and all the shares index, spotlighting the technical signals and sectors showing promise or warning signs. We'll also discuss key patterns like head and shoulders, support breaks, and momentum shifts that every investor should watch. Welcome to Follow the Money, Hernan. SpyFrat.
Hi ma'am, good afternoon. Thank you po.
Good afternoon. A lot of people, if you are already investing in the stock market for quite some time, he's actually known as SpyFrat on Twitter. So that's his Twitter handle. So let's start with this. What are the charts showing right now that our average investor might not see in the news cycle?
Okay, first, I'm going to show you the chart of the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, daily chart. So, kumbaga, mahirap talagang mahalin sa ngayon ang PSE. With all those geopolitical risks and all news, masyado siyang, kumbaga, sa range, which is very hard for us investors to make money, unless you have positioned yourself at a cheaper price of plus, kung meron kang PNB before, if you have some mining stocks, So if you haven't have those stocks in your portfolio, you feel the pain talaga na mahirap siyang imahalin, So it's very uncomfortable right now to invest in the stock market, but that is the daily chart. So far, the stock market have been in a range trading for the past years, from 5,700 to 7,000 plus level, So pabalik-balik lang siya. Eventually, it will give us some clues. So kung saan talaga pupunta ang market once there are crucial level to break on the upside. But right now, I think if you are currently invested, the best prudent action would be just to hold, if you are positioned on those blue chip stocks. Kuha lang muna ng dividend, I know it's very painful, but cash dividends, stock dividends are buffer for prolonged waiting. So for right now, I hope you can see the chart on the weekly and monthly basis as well. Makikita natin na the PSEi is still on a cliff, not to waterfall, but nandun siya sa isang level na very crucial, both for investors and for those who are not yet investing. If you are a stock position trader or investor, and if you haven't invested yet, I would recommend to position lightly, slowly, but accumulate lang those your favorite blue chip stocks sa ngayon.
Okay. SpyFrat, I think we are having challenges on showing the chart, but a good thing that you have mentioned them. So even if not, because this is the tricky part about technical analysis, you don't have to look at the news. You just follow the price action on the chart. And are you telling me right now that even the chart is saying, even the charts are saying that something's going on and something's about to happen?
Yes, indeed. And the daily basis, it's very erratic. So might I say, because you can see on the daily basis, ang dami ng grids, ang daming lines to break in order for the stock to gain momentum. But in the weekly and in the monthly basis, at least we have some clue that it's still on a range trade, if we can move to the monthly chart of the Philippine Stock Index. It's very visible that it's on a range, napakalaki ng range niya, 1,000. Yes. So yan. for the past 5 years, no, nasa range lang siya, pabalik-balik, so or mauntog sa mga 7,500 level, then it will bounce back around 5.7, 5.8 level. So currently we are now at a 6.2, no? That was the yesterday's chart, and unfortunately kanina umakyat, no? If you haven't invested yet, I think you would accumulate some of those blue chip that I would record later.
Okay. So looking specifically at the PSEi and all the shares index, what movements or technical signals are catching your attention this week?
Okay, no. Moving forward, sa all shares, no. Eventually, it's still holding on its trend line, no. It's because there are outliner, no, the outlying stocks, no, which is like PNB, Plus, Meralco, LTG, for instance, have been fairly doing well, no, and of course the recent Heaven na suspended ngayon. It's a trillion company that helped the all shares index to at least still on the contention of being uptrend. So right now, I see stocks in the mining sector. They've been on the downtrend, no? If you can present the chart. And just recently this year, they've broken that downtrend line and move up. It's because gold price overseas have gone up. Yes, so there we have Felix Mining, we have Apex Mining, we have Oceana, and as of late, ang laban na rin Silipanto eh. So we can, nilaro na rin, no, because it disclosed na kumita siya this year. So eventually, mining still on earlier stage, no, which downtrend, when nasira niya ang downtrend line na long term niya. So I think it will help, no, moving forward. But right now, what I have in mind is the U.S. Index, the Dow Jones Index. We are in a position to, I think, mimic whatever gains it will continue doing in the future. Because currently its weekly chart is forming a V, no? Napakalaking V. Yes. Later nasa slide siya. So I think, no, granting, definitely siguro we're going to mimic the movements of Dow Jones, industrial average, the US. Then the peso, ito yung pinaka-importante rin, no, dalawa, peso and world and crude oil prices, no. The peso is in a juncture na medyo topish ngayon, nasa 57 level. Eventually, we're going to see peso strengthening from the greenback in the coming weeks or so. So it will help a lot siguro, I think.
For those viewers, Spyfrat, that doesn't know the term topish, is this something that, is it bullish or bearish when it comes to trading?
Okay, when we say topish sa peso scenario, right now 57 plus, medyo nag-top na siya sa 57 plus. So I think we're going to see some pesos being going to around 55, 56 level from here on. So it's going to be stronger than the dollar.
Okay.
No. So I cannot provide you more technical details like the letter C, letter B, letter E. It is what we call here in BOH, no? It was tinuro ni Jet Mojica. It's called Diego's full cycle RSI framework. So ngayon, nasa D na tayo, nasa letter D. It's called nasa topish part na ng D, no? And we are looking forward that the peso will retrace back to 55, 56 level to complete going back to letter E. Okay. Going to E right now, yes.
It's not the good news for our OFWs and our independent contractors. So talking about global, are there particular sectors in the local or global markets that are starting to diverge, showing strength or early signs of breakdown?
Yes, mining in particular, pero What I'm looking into is tinatawag na follow the money right now, no, is that I would like to position myself in stocks that have been battered down. For example, we make a little money sa PNB because its downtrend line have been broken, no, for ages. Na broke ng PNB yung downtrend line niya, and at the same time it's long consolidation, meaning yung matagal na nag-consolidate yung price up and down, then bam,
PNB,
umakyat.
right? SpyFrat, this is
PNB, yes.
PNB. Okay.
Yes. It's in the slide. Yan ang gusto ko sa ngayon na i-positioning yung mga ganon klaseng pattern, no? Waiting for the downtrend line on the monthly basis to break down, and it's a consolidation. So we have, in particular, I'm looking at RRHI. I'm also looking at SM Prime, even ACR, outside consolidated resources. Yeah, hindi siya blue chip, no? Pero nagmamanifest siya na parang come monitor me for a while because the downtrend line is there, and baka kaya kong saga-sagaan to, no, di ba? We have, I'm looking also at DNL, but these are not yet buying triggering scenario na kailangan natin mag-dive in agad at bumili. Monitor muna tayo, and when the time happens na yung mga downtrend line nito ma-broken, no, then that's the time that we're going to position ourselves. Just like what we did in PNB.
All right. SpyFrat, for someone who wants to follow the money through charts alone, whether it's in the PSE, US markets, or commodities, what's the one chart or metric, or let's say something that you measure that you're watching closely right now, and why?
Okay, no. I don't want to get being hypocrite, no. Walang masyadong momentum ngayon yung market, no. May mga laro konti, tapos for the likes of Web, for the likes of Hero, for the likes of Plus, no, for the likes of Bloom. But if you cannot monitor those stocks that I mentioned on a daily basis, let's say for example, you're working, tapos bumili ka lang, tapos bayaan mo, and if you have no discipline in you, you're going to get hit by its volatility, no, for example. That's why I'm waiting for that one metric. Like, for example, I mentioned the downtrend line in those monthly charts of RRHI, the downtrend line that I'm looking forward to break sa DNL, the same as SM Prime. Yun mga paborito ko talagang inaabangan eh. Kasi once SM Prime, no, for example, in particular, or SM Investment moves, it can lift all tides. Kumbaga, sila yung talagang leader for the index to go up. Okay, so it will definitely mean the foreign money is coming in.
Well noted, and we're gonna watch those stocks also, as you mentioned that paborito mo sila. But SpyFrat, just complete this sentence as as one of the tradition that we want to build here to follow the money. Complete the statement: money is the root of all blank.
Of all, I want to say evil, no, but
that's not love for money. Just like in your own opinion, money is the root of all blank.
Of all ambition.
Sorry, again? Vision?
Ambition.
Vision. Okay. All right. Thank you, Hernan. A SpyFrat, I want to call you SpyFrat, stockbroker at Summit Securities Incorporated, for helping us dive into the technical side, from reading price action and volume during market fear to identifying key chart patterns and signals. You gave us a practical guide to following the money through the charts.
Thank you very much, Ma'am China.
You're welcome. See you soon. And we're just warming up. You're still with us here on Follow the Money. For our second guest, we're asking the big questions with markets on edge and global tensions rising. Should investors be worried or should they hold the line? Joining us is Dennis Lim, Equities Manager at Abacus Securities and a well-known content creator in the investing space. Today, Dennis will walk us through how markets have historically reacted to geopolitical conflicts, which sectors could be most exposed, and where the smart money might be moving amid the uncertainty. Welcome to the show again, Dennis.
Hi, China. Thank you.
So,
Thank you
a
for
while
inviting
ago-
me again.
Of course, balita ko, favorite ka ng crowd eh.
Naku po.
So I was actually thinking because this episode I actually made this possible to have two schools of thought. The first one is technical analysis, in which you don't have to look at the news. All you need to do is to see the charts. And then the second phase is you identifying the fundamentals behind what the chart is saying. So let's start with the big one. With everything that's going on, should investors be afraid right now? Is this the time to pull out or stay calm and ride it out?
Well, fear is a natural reaction to events like this, but my advice really is panic is not a strategy. So do not let panic dictate your movements. Markets historically have been more resilient than people expect. So it is not the time to lock in your losses. It's a time to be patient. Maybe take this opportunity to reevaluate why you are in the game and look at your positions. And by just staying calm, you'll come out in a better situation when things start to calm down.
So there is a term called whiplash. How true is it in someone who's trading in this kind of market? May buntong hininga doon Parang naramdaman ko nangyari sa'yo
Well, for example, yesterday we were all praying for peace, and we got it today. So, right? So if you panicked
Can you
yesterday and went to the grocery to
to buy all
to
the
buy
canned
everything you
goods.
can buy, I'll buy pure gold today.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, exciting. In moments like this, we always look back, and what does history tells us about the markets behave during wars or major geopolitical conflicts?
Yeah, I mentioned before already that people think that situations will always get worse, but they always become better before they expect it. So sometimes they will FOMO themselves, oh, the war's over, now I want to buy, but the market's already up. So the markets will always bounce back. Historically, even in COVID, even in the Ukraine-Russia war, the markets were able to bounce back just within months, right? And right now, hopefully the markets can continue to bounce back after just a few days.
And talking about a while ago, Spyfrat mentioned about a big range, I think 5 years of big range. What do you think, I know that we cannot predict future happenings, but if there's going to be one catalyst that will break out the market in that big range, what do you think is possible in this current situation?
Catalyst, well, what Spyfrat said earlier was true, no? So the market has been trading in a range for actually not only 5 years, but 10 years. If not for the COVID, the range would have been the same, right? So what I advise investors really is to navigate the local markets. It's buy low, sell high strategy, right? So when the market is down in the 5,800, 5,500 range, you buy, and then when it goes to 7,500, you sell. And if you did that for the past 10 years, then you would have been fine. The catalyst, historically, the catalyst has always been geographical stability, right? We are an emerging market, so we are dependent on foreign funds. So as long as the foreign funds are happy, we are also happy. But a local catalyst could be better economic numbers. We are projected to grow the second fastest in ASEAN countries. So if we are able to hit that growth expectation and surprise investors, that could be a catalyst that could probably break us out of that range.
It's good to hear some good news naman, di ba? So it's even if it's not yet happening, I mean, something that to look forward to. And talking about like when the market is down, do you believe in catching falling knives?
Well, there's a difference between catching a falling knife and strategically investing when people are irrational, right?
Okay.
So we have to differentiate the two. And what separates the two is really fundamentals and speculation, right? So you're catching a falling knife if you're just speculating, but you're strategically entering into a cheap position when it's a fundamentally sound bet, right?
I see. So based on what you're seeing now, which sectors do you think are most at risk or immediately impacted?
Right now, because of the nature of the threat, it's really about rising oil prices. Of course, the sectors that would be affected would be airlines, travel, right? And in general, because the Philippines is an oil importer, we import all of our oil. Most of industries could get some form of hit. But I think the sectors that would be safe from that, probably properties, maybe, or even pure gold. If you think about it, there's SNR. So if our peso
Importation.
depreciates, the cost would be higher. But things like Converge, right? I mean, Manila Water, right? Well, oil and water are two separate things. So you know
Tumigat
how
lang
I love Manila Water. So
Yeah, you told me so. On the flip side, are there sectors or asset classes that typically thrive or even strengthen during this time, turbulent times? Is that MWC, as you were mentioning?
yeah, well, utilities, yes. In times of uncertainty, people look for certainty or
Okay.
consistency. So they'll go with companies that have proven track records. They know, yan ang tinatawag na maninigurado. Ito maaasahan to. So they'll go to certainty and safety.
Nagiging sigurista.
Yes.
So as a trader, a position trader and a long-term investor, what should each be looking at right now? Are the signals different for each one?
For a trader, particularly if you're a day trader, of course, you're just looking at charts. You have to be more tactical and not make any strong directional bets, right? So because you're just trading day to day. For position traders or swing traders, you would have to look at potential rotations among sectors. What Spyfrat mentioned earlier, he was looking at RRHI, SMPH. These are battered stocks that I feel have been unfairly battered stocks. So investors might start to find value in these stocks. So there can be a rotation from overbought
Reversal.
stocks into these value sectors, right? So, but for long term, of course, you just use this as an opportunity to buy the dip and then reap the rewards, 10, 20 years later.
So let's do a rapid fire questions just to answer yes or no. You don't have to explain your answer. So ever made a trade just because you like the company's logo? Yes or no? Okay. Do you secretly cheer when your favorite stock hits a new high?
Not secret, openly.
Alam mo, nagbabasa ako ng comment section and funny is like, I saw one of the comments and saying na I was giggly talking about stocks with you. That's so funny. Have you ever dreamt about stock charts?
Every night.
Every night. And do you think your portfolio has a mood like a person?
Yes. It reflects my yearly mood in terms of macroeconomic backdrop.
What do you think is the most resilient stock in whatever kind of market there is?
Specific stock?
Sector or stocks?
Sector, the most resilient kind of stock? Well, globally, I would think technology would be the most resilient area there. Defensives here, right? Meralco, Manila Water, things like that.
Okay. And then I'm gonna give you the question. that we'll start here as a tradition in Follow the Money. Complete the statement. Money is the root of all blank.
Money is the root of all... ang hirap naman yan. Hindi love of money di ba? So,
Hindi
money
love
is
of
the
money.
root of all purchasing power.
Ayun. I agree. And finally, this is our signature question. In times like this, where do you think we should follow the money?
Follow the money into value. Money will flow into safety, into cash. Again, when times are uncertain, we will look for something consistent. So follow consistency, follow dependability. So look for dependable companies where you're confident that they can weather any storm.
Ay, stocks pa rin ba yung parang relationship na yun? All right, thank you, Dennis Lim, Equities Manager at Abacus Securities and content creator, for kicking off our conversation with a big picture view on how investors should be thinking in times of global uncertainty. Your insights on geopolitical shocks, sector risk, and resilience, and investing strategies for traders, long-term investors, gave our viewers a well-rounded playbook. And of course, thanks for playing along in a rapid-fire round. Before we go, a brilliant observation from global strategist and financial commentator, Peter Schiff. When where's fear, gold shines. And that's it for today's edition of Follow the Money. I'm China Barachina. Thank you for watching. Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.